How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Arc. Now, apologies before we start, I'm back home for a little bit, so the lighting might be awful. I literally have barely any of my actual recording equipment, but I had to make a video today ahead of the Game 7 between Miami and Boston. It's been a week since I actually last uploaded a video. The last time I uploaded was just after the Game 1s. So first of all, a little bit of a mention to Denver. Well played to the Denver Nuggets actually sweeping the LA Lakers, and to be fair, we thought we were going to get 2 sweeps, but a little bit more on Miami in a little second. But big ups to Denver, sweeping LA in what was actually quite a close series, a 4-game sweep. The tale usually is that whoever gets swept has been absolutely dominated, but let's be honest, the Lakers put up a massive fight. There was only one game that ended in a blowout double-digit loss, and even then that was only an 11-point loss in Game 3. So the Lakers, they pushed Denver to the limit, but Denver are just so deep. I've always said that Jamal Murray is absolutely amazing. As to be fair to Denver, I did say in the last video that the likelihood that the likes of Caldwell Pope, Gordon, Murray wouldn't have the same output as they had in Game 1 where they all went off. To be fair to them, they did. So Denver's roster is absolutely deep, and to be fair, no matter who gets through out of Miami and Boston tonight, I'd probably back Denver in the finals. But I said that I've made predictions in the past that haven't come through, so take what I say with a pinch of salt. As for LA though, not very disappointing. Like I said, push Denver to the limit, but what happens next season? Everything's up in the air. Will LeBron James retire? Is obviously the major talking point for this off-season, you could probably say. In his final press conference after Game 4, he was talking about Carmelo Anthony, who he helped the video package for his retirement. So will LeBron retire too? Who knows? Will he actually still be in LA? Will he be playing for a different team other than LA, but still being in the league? Who knows? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the off-season. But more on that in another video, I think. I think that needs a video for itself. But tonight is the Game 7 between Miami and Boston. And if you'd have told me last week, after Miami went 3-0 up over the Boston Celtics, that this would be going to Game 7, I'd have called you absolutely crazy. Jimmy Butler was doing absolutely mental things. Jimmy Butler was, killing the Boston Celtics, posting things on Instagram, keeping receipts, doing the timeout celebration. But it's starting to look like it's going to backfire on him a little bit. Before we carry on though, make sure you're leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be trying to get as many videos as I can out over the off season once the playoffs have concluded. Like I said, there's plenty to talk about, a very interesting off season despite there being no real proper free agents other than Harden and Kyrie. So I'm going to try and get as many videos out over the postseason. Yeah, let's get straight back into the video. So Miami went 3-0 up. Jimmy Butler was doing absolutely mental things. And then Boston, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, they were saying, don't give us one, because we'll capitalize on it. And everyone was like, woo, very scary, Boston. And then it happened. They allowed them to get one, and they then won in Game 5 in Boston. And then Game 6 a couple of nights ago, absolutely mental ending to that one. Derek White, the hero for Boston. The reason that this one has gone to Game 7 because of his putback. First of all, awful defense from Miami to box out the three-pointer. They did really well to keep it out of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown's hands. Let's be honest, if Marcus Smart is the person who's shooting the three to win the game, I'm perfectly fine with that as a Miami Heat fan. However, you've got to box out just in case there's still time left, and there was time left. Because, let's be honest, they didn't box out Derek White. They also didn't box out Jason Tatum. If it bounced central, Jason Tatum was there to tip in. So, let's just say very poor defensive lapse for Miami there, which is why we've got a Game 7. Only the 4th time in NBA history that a team has clawed back from 3-0 down in the NBA playoffs to force a Game 7. The first time since 2003. So 20 years in the making, this one. No team has actually won Game 7 as the team clawing it back from 3-0 down as well. So, could history be made tonight? Boston Celtics, the 2 seed, against the Miami Heat, the 8th seed. Who's gonna pull through? Will it be Jimmy Butler You know, we know how good Jimmy Butler can be in these Game 7 situations. Played 48 minutes this time last year in the Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. Obviously, that one was in Miami. This one's going to be in Boston, so it's going to be a very different ball game. However, Miami are coming into this one knowing that they can beat Boston at the TD Garden. They've beaten them more times in the postseason than the Celtics have. So it's a very interesting kind of dynamic because, you know, Jimmy Butler, we know how good he can be in these Game 7s. We know he never likes to do things the easy way, especially when it comes to the postseason. He's that gritty guy. So he's probably going to play all 48 minutes like he did last year, but this time, will his game-winning shot go in? Will he need to shoot a game-winning shot? Or will the Boston Celtics take over like they did in Games 4 and Games 5? Will Miami keep it a close game? You know, make it go down to that final possession like they did in Game 6? The main question that a lot of people are putting out there, though, is who has more to lose out of the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics? You know, is this going to be the biggest choke in NBA playoff history if the Miami Heat don't beat Boston and throw away the 3-0 lead? The first time in NBA postseason history that a team has been 3-0 up and lost in the playoffs. You know, teams are 182-0 or something like that. It's something mental like that. You know, will it happen? If it does happen, is it a massive choke? Or do Boston still have the pressure on them? Because people are forgetting that this is a Miami team who came in through the play-in. You know, this is a Miami team who are the 8th seed. No 8th seed has won the NBA championship. Only one 8th seed has actually made it to the NBA finals, and that was in a lockout season. So, you know, this is the first time in an 82-game regular season that an 8th seed could make it all the way to the NBA finals. So, is this a case of Miami still don't really have anything to lose? They shouldn't have much pressure on them? You know, this is a Miami team who have defied all odds, dominated the Milwaukee Bucks, who many people had down as the favourites to actually go all the way, obviously with Giannis and Chris Middleton properly coming back for that playoff run as well. You know, many people had Miami getting swept by the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, and yet they still beat them pretty convincingly. And then obviously they did the same to the Knicks. So, you know, this is still a historic run, in my opinion, from the Miami Heat. But will it end in a way that they're going to make history for all the wrong reasons? Or is the pressure still on Boston? Because if they lose this one, with Milwaukee already being knocked out, the Boston Celtics became the new favourites, especially out east. You know, the side who got through to the NBA Finals last year, pushed Golden State to the limit as well. Obviously lost in 6, but Steph Curry doing absolutely mental things in that final game. Will the pressure get to the Boston Celtics? Because they really should be the side going through to the NBA Finals. Obviously, they beat Miami this time last year, and then coming into the postseason this year, they were so much the better side over Miami. Should this Boston Celtics team not even be in a position where they've had to claw it back from 3-0 down? So is the pressure on them? Is the pressure on the likes of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to pull through? A couple nights ago in the elimination game between Miami and Boston, JB and JT shot combined 0 of 12 from 3-point land. You know, they didn't hit a 3 at all. They still pulled through from 2 and from the free throw line, but is the pressure getting to them a little bit? Now, obviously, when it comes to Game 7s, Jason Tatum holds the record for the most points scored in a Game 7 that he did against the Philadelphia 76ers. So it's not like the Boston Celtics have been doing things pretty easily in the postseason this year. They've had a few bumpy rides, especially in the last round against the 76ers. So the question is, who has got more to lose? Miami or Boston? Because also with Miami, they're playing without Tyler Hero, who's their real second go-to guy. Now, do Miami play better without Tyler Hero is the question. That could be something that, you know, might get reviewed during the off-season. Will they try and ship him knowing that they can play better without Tyler Hero? Who knows? But yeah, no Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo. Obviously, they played a little bit without Gabe Vincent as well, but he came back a couple nights ago. So this is a Miami team that has been kind of like shot, you know, in terms of their depth. Duncan Robinson's getting playoff minutes, for Christ's sake. But this Boston team, you know, who should really be in the finals already to go against Denver, you know, the pressure could be on them a little bit more. because, let's be honest with you, they've clawed it back from 0-3. Everybody's almost expecting them to be the side to pull through at home against the lower seed. So the pressure's back on them. You know, when the pressure was on Miami to win games, Boston thrived and Miami kind of crumbled a little bit. Now things have flipped back over. I think a lot of people now have Boston as the favourites yet again, just like they did at the start of the series. You know, everyone gave Miami a 3% chance pretty much of getting through to the NBA Finals, and they flipped that on its head immediately. Now, if I'm honest with you, at least the pundits on ESPN and TNT don't look as stupid for predicting the likes of Celtics in 6 or Celtics in 7. I predicted Miami in 6 at the start, so, you know, if they could have just boxed out on that final play, I'd have looked like an absolute genius. But alas, we're going to Game 7. It's going to be a very interesting one. I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comment section below. Who has the more to gain? Who has the more to lose out of the both sides? And then, obviously, what's going to happen with LeBron James? Like I said, we're going to do a proper video on that. I think it needs a proper video by itself where LeBron James might go. I might do like a 5 destinations for LeBron James next season. But we're still in playoff mode. Who are Denver going to be facing in the NBA Finals and defeating in 5 games? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.